The misperception about New Year's is that it's supposed to be a happy occasion, sort of like Christmas or a birthday party. But it's not Christmas. New Year's represents the end of something, and goodbyes are not joyous. New Year's is also a beginning, I guess, and beginnings aren't really happy. Beginnings are frightening if you think about it. You have no idea what you're in for. It could be good, could be bad. This year, your wife could win the lottery. And when you get home, she might scream, "We won the lottery! Pack your bags!" "What?" you might reply. "Should I pack for the beach or for the mountains?" And she'll say, "I don't care. Just pack your bags and get out of my house." Well, sometimes the worst news you can get is good news. In many ways, some of my New Year's have been rough ones. One year, 6 of my close friends died. I was a pallbearer twice, and that wasn't a happy year. But in that same year, I also accumulated some new friends, and it all started when I adopted a blind coonhound named Marigold, which I wrote about a lot. And those writings led me to get invited to schools for the blind. I spoke at the Helen Keller Art Show. There, I met a girl named Henrietta, who was blind due to mitochondrial disease. She was one of the happiest people I knew. She said, "I'm not fearless. I'm brave. There's a big difference." I learned how to use a white cane in the hallways of Callahan School for the Deaf and Blind that same year. Whereupon a little blind girl traced my face with her hands, and she sang, "You are so beautiful." I visited the Alabama Institute for the Deaf and Blind in Talladega, where a little boy felt my face and said, "Will you hug me so that I know what you feel like?" I met a cheerful young woman, a college student named Morgan. We were at the Service Dogs for Alabama training facility. Morgan has paralysis on the left side of her body and frequent seizures and diabetes. She has low vision and she is blind in one eye. Today, she is at UAB as a college student, totally independent, and she is my friend. And I'll never forget when Morgan squeezed my hand and said, "I believe you have a choice to be happy or sad. And each moment, you must consciously make that choice." And of course, I inherited a blind goddaughter named Becca Butler. I met a kid named Owen who came to one of my shows. Owen underwent brain surgery that separates the left from the right hemisphere. He hugged me and he said, "You're a lot shorter than I thought you'd be, and you smell funny." I met a young woman who was blind, who was the national braille reading champion. She held my hands and in a happy voice she said, "You are officially one of us now." In only 1 year, I was sort of welcomed into the blind and the deaf community. I have no idea how this happened or why, and I don't know what it means. But I know one thing, and this one thing was told to me by a young man who could not see, who could not hear, and could not speak. Our conversation was translated by a tactile sign language interpreter. He said to me, "When I first went blind, I told my mom that this is not the end, Mom. This is just the beginning of an adventure. And I can't think of any better words to begin this new year. Adventure."